Indigenous delegates are set to meet with Pope Francis at the Vatican late this month to discuss reconciliation and healing. But for generations, Indigenous artifacts have been kept within the Vatican's hands. Indigenous artists and curators say that reconciliation cannot be achieved if important Indigenous objects remain unseen.
If they're really and truly interested in reconciliation, that they have to fulfill some of the requirements that are being set forth by the Indigenous people. And if the Indigenous people want them back, they should give them back.
Many of the objects were taken after the Canadian government, through the Indian Act, outlawed cultural practices, including wearing traditional clothing. Ceremonial items were seized and then sold to museums or destroyed.
Remains a mystery of what is being hidden, why it's being hidden, why the Indigenous peoples remain shut out.
Gerald McMaster has unsuccessfully attempted to see the full collection, despite being a top expert in the field. He says keeping the items away from the people who created them is a denial of their history.
Indigenous peoples are interested in their history, a history that was erased.
This sociology professor and residential school survivor says they talk about 4 elements of culture: normative, shared beliefs, language, and last but not least, material.
Many of those objects have a significant spiritual and ceremonial value to the people. So allowing the Indigenous people to have ownership of those and, to give them back to their rightful owners, I think that's something that is very important and integral to the reconciliation.
Calls for the Pope to apologize have intensified since the discovery of unmarked graves at several former school sites. In Edmonton, Laura Krause, City News.